So, this is my Pirates tier list. I feel like Hooktask is the best hero in the game, simply because no matter what is banned by what tribe is banned by Bartender Bob, you just are able to force strategies way better than any other hero in the game of Battlegrounds. You want to play Murlocs? Hooktask. You want to play Beasts? Hooktask. You want to play whatever? Hooktask. It's just too powerful the way it interacts and generates tokens. You generate tokens, you use the tokens you generated to generate more tokens. Like, it's absurd. It's very powerful. It's insane. What else can I say? I don't know. Hooktask is the turbo nuts. Always pick it, and if you don't get first place, you don't deserve her. I put Eudora as like second best hero, mostly because chat always forces me to play it. But I like it. It's very powerful. I think it's definitely top 5 heroes, even after the waters settle and the flavor of the month disappears. But right now, it's extremely powerful. I'm not sure yet what's the best strategy. I saw a lot of players digging on turn 1, but I think that's very risky because you take a lot of damage and you fall behind. I would only dig on 1 if I start with the token. Otherwise, just play the Rafam curve. Basically, turn 1 you buy a minion, turn 2 you buy and you dig. Turn 3, you either level, dig, roll, or you buy, dig, roll. Then if you leveled, you kind of want a turn of just double buying to solidify your presence. So you skip the dig 1 turn. If you didn't level, you want to level now and you dig again. And then you go for the power turn. Then you kind of want to skip 1 turn of digging. To be able to go to Tavern 3. And once you're Tavern 3, you press the dig button. You get a 3 or a 2 or a 1 star. You play it. You also discover a 4 star when you play the golden minion that you get. You try to get a golden minion that works in synergy with your 3 star. Pretty much kind of like the old AFK. But you also got to play the first turns. And then you just continue digging. You get your way to Tavern 4. And once you're 1 dig left, you want to go Tavern 5, dig again. Get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 star. Whatever it is. And discover a 6. And that should give you a lot of power. And if you slightly high roll and get something really powerful, you're going to dominate the lobby. I don't know, Eudora is really powerful just because if it gives you a minion of the tavern that you went to, you basically get a golden, so overstated minion of the tavern that you just went to, and the discovery that works with your board. It's really powerful. It really is. And it's fun. Twishad loves it. And Daryl is just consistent as always. I think in the hands of a good player, Daryl is always going to perform pretty well. Like, sure, you have your bad games. Sure, you have games where you don't get first, but if you catch Daryl in a Murloc banned lobby, he's very powerful. Kael'thas, really powerful addition to Battlegrounds. I didn't talk about him in my last tier list because that was a long time ago, but he's just very strong. With Kael'thas, I recommend just playing the normal curve. So you buy on 1, level on 2, you sell ideally a token, and then double buy again, level buy, and then from 8 gold plus, you play however you feel. Sometimes on 8 gold, I like sell, triple buy to get my hero power again. And then on 9 gold, I level buy, and then I buy double buy again. So I want to just try to get as many hero power utilizations as I possibly can in the early game. But after the first 2 hero powers that you get, you don't want to force yourself into more hero powers and just kind of want to play naturally and feel it. But he offers a lot of power. He's a Yogg on steroids. He's a Yogg without RNG. Still, way better if you open with the token generator, but what can you do? Rafam is very good, but I had a lot of bad games with Rafam. I'm not even sure if it's worth it to be top 5. Probably is, because I don't think Nosdormu and Yogg are better. Edwin sometimes is better, but also has his own bad games. So Rafam has to probably be top 5. But he's not on the same level as the first 4. Maybe I should have just kept only 3 in tier A, but then it just complicates things. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Rafam. Maybe I also don't play it perfectly all the time. But he's still okay, especially in Murloc lobbies. Maybe in like lower ranks, Rafam is better because people don't really play around it and don't need to spawns. I technically don't play around it either. I just give spawn for Rafam. I want to make them a donation. I don't want to make myself weaker. If I cannot give them spawn, but also not lose the fight because I don't want to give Rafam spawn, I'll try to go for the middle ground. Anyways, Rafam is okay. Nosdormu, I also think got weaker this patch. Still very okay, especially when both tokens are available. Nosdormu is best started with the token. I think Nosdormu got weaker because Tavern 2 now feels better. It actually seems okay when you go to 5 and when you go to 6 gold. You don't have those situations that you had in the past where you totally could blunder and like not get anything at all. So yeah, that's something that's fine. So basically, Tavern 2 is less high rolly. And in the past, Nosdormu was really good because he gave you more rolls so that you don't need to get lucky. And other heroes would not have the same opportunities. But now there's a lot of decent 2-stars. So I think Blizzard did a pretty good job with the rotation. Yogg, just classic. I want to play token start when I can. So basically, turn 1 you always hero power. Turn 2 if you offer the token generator and 2 decent minions, you buy token generator, sell token hero power. Then if you have another good minion that is left, you freeze it. Next time you just level hero power again. And then you want to hero power buy roll. And then you want to level hero power. And then you want to sell your token, level hero power. I hope I didn't miss a turn. But basically, you're going to catch up with the lobby on 7 gold. And then on 8 gold, you're full board. And you sell your initial token plus hero power to level. And then you can do the same to level again. And you just power level to 4 to 5. And you also win most of your fights, probably. Edwin got better because there's a lot more minions that you want to buy. Like the guy that gives you free gold back, I think is a wonderful addition to the game of Battlegrounds. Makes Edwin and Millhouse better. The guy who co-reduces the Tavern is also pretty okay to buy most of the time, depending on the situation. Probably not necessarily on Edwin, but on Millhouse. I don't know. There's just more viable minions. There's just more interesting things you can do on Edwin. I had like a power play where I think +6 attacked my deflector bot on like 8 gold. It's pretty crazy, Edwin, nowadays. Still not what he used to be. He's not the insta-win that he used to be. Pyramid got better. Sourlisk, all these dirty strategies, Murlocs. You can do a lot of things on Pyramid. Sir Finley is usually like the best hero in tier B and will always be as long as he's in the game. Just because if you get offered only heroes under Sir Finley plus Sir Finley, you take Sir Finley and you hope you get one of the ones that are above. Because if most of your opponents are going to hit the heroes that are above you and you pick a mediocre hero that is under Finley, you're probably going to have a hard time. So Sir Finley is basically a better reroll. It's a better reroll because you get to see the initial minions, you get to see what others picked, stuff like that. So it's like reroll with information for you. Millhouse got better with the new minions. You ideally want to have dragons in the lobby when you play Millhouse because the best thing you can do is force Caligos. Deathwing is pretty okay, but you kind of want to have mechs and beasts in the lobbies. So Deathwing is basically very good when there's no Murlocs or when there's no dragons. Right now, Pirates aren't in the rotation, but when Pirates are also going to rotate out, Deathwing is going to become better because I don't think Deathwing Pirates is like amazing. Deathwing just wants mechs and beasts. So I wouldn't pick Deathwing if I don't have mechs beasts. I mean, of course, if it's offered together with Jaraxxus and Galakrond, I'll just take my chances. Even with no beasts in the lobby, I'll still take my chances over playing Jaraxxus. Sky Captain, he's okay. He's basically a better bartender. And he's basically just mediocre hero. I don't know. You can do a lot of things. So there's 2 strategies with him. Or the third of like just press it whenever you're in desperate. Just panic button. So if you don't want to use it as a panic button, what you can do on 7 gold, you can level, hero power, level. But you cannot buy a minion. But you skip Tavern free entirely. Or on 9 gold, you can level, hero power, level. And I think you also have gold to buy something, but I'm not sure. Maybe you have to sell something as well. So you can skip Tavern 3 or you can skip Tavern 4. That's the power plays you can do. It depends. If you hit a triple early, I would definitely skip a Tavern and go discover a 5. So he has his situations where he's really good. But he also has situations where he's mediocre. So, I don't know. Malygos is basically a budget Sourlisk. Budget hook task, sorry. He can also play Sourlisk. He can play with tokens very well. I don't really want to stay on 1 and force things. The way I play Malygos is just go for triples. Start with the token, hero power the token, level up, play normally. I had some successful Malygos Murloc games. I also had some bad Malygos Murloc games. He's okay, but you still need to get very lucky for him to be amazing. Sindragosa, just consistent, very good if you start with a token, as usual. Strategy, I assume most people that follow this channel know it, but if anybody's new here, the way I play Sindragosa is you buy minion, ideally token generator, freeze. Turn 2, level up, freeze. And then you sell the minion, ideally the token, double buy, freeze. And then on 6, you double buy, and then maybe you freeze, maybe you don't. You could also play normally, up to you, depending on what the circumstance requires from you. Illidan got better with this patch, simply because you just force beasts or pirates, and you have a natural advantage for attacking first. He's still not amazing. Alexstrasza is okay, but just a very YOLO version of AFK. It's probably rated slightly better than AFK because dragons are probably very powerful, and if you manage to get them going, they're really good. AFK, I like AFK a lot when there's no beasts or when there's no murlocs in the lobby. Basically, when I can still discover my dragons and when I can still discover mechs, I like AFK in those situations because you have a decent chance of hitting Salty Looter for pirates. Not ideal. Ideal is Hungry Dragon or Bronze Warden. Then Deflectobot, and then I think it's Shredder and Salty Looter. And you can have like a nutty start, but it's not really super likely. That's why AFK is considered mediocre or like worse than mediocre. She used to be top 10, now she's definitely not, but a lot of people underrate her and say like she's, I don't know, unplayable, but I definitely don't think that is the case. She's fine. Toki, just play normal. She's okay. Elise played normal-ish. Maybe you go to 5 a bit faster because you can go to 5 and discover. She's okay. Curator, he got a bit better because Lightfang now buffs all minion types, so you can buff 6 minions with Lightfang. Unlikely to happen. Unlikely to get into for you to get into a spot where like it really matters. Amalgam is still not super amazing, like the one that you start with one Curator, but he's an okay hero. I would pick him over like most heroes in the game. I guess with 4 hero picks it's different. Like usually you don't really get to play a hero as bad as Curator, but who knows? There are situations. There's a lot of permutations possible with so many heroes in the game. Zamzarak, I like him. People that watch my stream call him AK Scamzarak because you just get blocks and you cheese a position that you don't deserve. He's always like the cheese hero that you want to play when you just want to go for a YOLO. Talking about YOLO, Lich Basal, she got a bit better because this metagame is a lot about forcing some strategies. If Murlocs are open, you want to play Murlocs if possible. If Dragons are open, you want to play Dragons if Morts are banned, for example. Or Beasts. So like, because at the beginning of the lobby you should try to force a very powerful strategy, Lich can do that more consistently than other heroes. The problem is that you pay with health, and if you start losing, you're going to just die. But whatever. It's a high risk, high reward hero. Talking about high risk, high reward, Reno Jackson. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Reno. I still think Soul Juggler is the best thing you can hero power. He's very good with Gold Grabber. He's very good in some situations. But, oh man, can he be bad? Shudderwalk. Okay with Morlocks. Nothing else really spectacular about him. George. Always underrated, at least recently. He's just fine. You can definitely get the top 4, top 5 with George. So if you have like a lot of unplayable heroes and George, just pick George and go to Tavern 4, Divine Shield some things, buy Bolvars, buy the Draconid. Try to just cheese a high position finish. Rat King is good if you get lucky. Flurgle is good if you get very lucky. He's not even good for playing Murlocs. Flurgle is a very high skill cap hero, and I don't think he rewards playing Murlocs that well. Because you don't want to stay on Tavern 5 and like sell a Murloc, buy a Murloc, sell a Murloc, buy a Murloc. The way I do it is I stay a bit on 3, and then when I'm starting I go to 5, obviously. On 5, I don't sell buy Murlocs. I sell Murloc, and then if it's a battle cry that gives me something like health, attack, whatever, I buy it. If it's like a one of Murloc that has no synergy whatsoever, I'm not going to buy it and sell it back. I think you just roll at that point. So you want to like mix rolling with buy selling, but obviously your best games are going to be the ones where you roll a Bran, and then like when you sell a Murloc, you get the Discovery guy or like one of the good ones, Bagurgle, whatever. It won't happen very commonly, but when it does, it does. The Lich King. You have some strategies for him, but he's mediocre. Bartender is awful. He was interesting hero when Battlegrounds came out, but they made more interesting goal-related heroes like Nosdormu or Captain Skycrag. So there's no reason to play Bartender. He got power creeped. I think they should give him an upgrade, or they should remove him. I mean, all the heroes probably starting with Bartender should either get an upgrade or get removed. Mana Storm, a lot of people have decent results with her, but like I'm not the biggest fan. Forcing mechs. Oof. In the current metagame, I think power level wise, most powerful Murlocs, followed by Beasts, followed by Dragons. And then it's like Demons, Pirates, and mechs are the worst. The only way to play mechs is if you Giga Hyrule Deflect a lot, or if you play Baron even there, but that's not even mechs, it's Death Rattle. So, I'm not the biggest fan of Maleficent. I'm also not the biggest fan of forcing dragons with Izera. Like, it's just not gonna work that often. Patrick should probably start at 55 health. I think that would be like a good start. And not broken. Even 60 health was fine, to be honest. And it wasn't really broken. At least at high ranks. Maybe he was destroying in like lower rank lobbies and he had to be stopped. Lady Vash is just bad. She's just unplayable. Patches is currently bad because forcing pirates is awful. You want to play pirates usually when you're Tavern 5, you find a guy that makes buying pirates cheaper, and then you get like Salty Luther with like the Hogar, get another Hogar, and then just buy every single pirate and cycle them and go crazy. That can be good. Or when you get the 6-star pirate, you can have like a decent board. Patches doesn't do any of those. He forces you to play pirates from the beginning of the game, which is a bad strategy right now. If pirates get buffed, Patches obviously gets buffed. Maybe he's going to be the best hero in the game if pirates are absolutely broken. I doubt that is going to happen, but I'm just saying. Patches is closely related to how good pirates are. And his hero power is pretty good for forcing pirates. Nefarian, bad. Bad right now because people don't really rely on Divine Shields. I think maybe it's also bad because Ghoul exists. Maybe if Ghoul wouldn't exist, Nefarian would be one way to beat Divine Shields. I still think Nefarian is probably better than I give him credit. I haven't played it, to be honest. But like, maybe it's better than Patches. I don't know. Maybe. It's still 7 damage to your opponent's board. Better than nothing. And yeah, I don't play the last 4 heroes. They're just completely unplayable. And you should not try them. And they should rework them, in my opinion. A lot of people seem to like Maev, though. Or at least before the current patch. So maybe they shouldn't rework Maev. Even though I think it would be cooler if the hero power would cost 0. That would be interesting. Well, this was my tier list, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I tried to keep it short. I'll do an update if they will keep updating Battlegrounds. Hopefully they keep updating Battlegrounds now that we are mid-expansion. I'm looking forward to play more Battlegrounds. You can find me on Twitch almost every single day. You can find a lot of YouTube content here on the channel, so press the subscribe button. Press the like button if you like the video, and I'll see you with more content. I'll try to do my best to like do some extra content, so if you have some ideas of what you would like to see, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll try my best to satisfy your Battlegrounds cravings. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. See ya.